Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul, and in this freaking video, we're going to be doing something a bit different. You might spot that we're running Quake 2, and if you're very observant, that we're indeed using a Vulkan as the API, which is a bit weird. The MSI on-screen display there from Afterburner indeed confirms that Vulkan's being used, so what's going on? Well, it's because we're using a mod known as Q2VKPT, which is based on the Quake 2 Pro client, but this particular version is specifically designed around ray tracing. That's right, this game uses ray tracing for everything. Eat your heart out, Battlefield 5. However, with that said, this game is also extremely taxing. This project was initiated by a chap by the name of Christoph Scheid. Hopefully I've pronounced his name correctly, and I'll link to the project in the description of this very video. For the sake of this video, I'm also recording at 1080p, but I'm going to show you what graphic settings we're using. Personally, I've noticed that anything more than the lowest possible saturation / brightness really does a number on the saturation / gamma, and it just looks not great. Let's just go with that. This is also a beta, and so because of that, there is some things that aren't finished, so we're going to be seeing throughout. With that said, I'm going to start a new game, and well, to do that, we just go to game, and I'm just going to go with medium just because. And obviously the game loads, and by goodness, it looks a little different, doesn't it? Yes. Everything we see here is created using the power of the rays. So we're going to start things out with a bit of a cheat. By a bit of a cheat, I mean I'm going to completely and utterly cheat. I'm not used to this keyboard, so I'm probably going to make a few typos here. But we're going to use Give All, and what that does is essentially unlocks all of the weapons in the game. So we've got things such as the Railgun and RPGs and other shiny stuff. Not for any other reason other than I just want to kind of blast through the game, and I don't want us to be worrying about having to get secrets and cool weapons, and plus as well we get to see kind of cool light effects like with the rockets here. Now, as I'm going to be playing, I'm also going to be trying to remember where the hell to go, and I'm also going to be giving you a bit of backstory. So this title, or rather this project, to give it its proper designation, is actually a proof of concept. And there are some definite issues, like I'm going to be showing you an issue area here. So you can immediately see that not all of it has been done, they're still working on that, and that's fine. Once again, this is a proof of concept type of situation. And the purpose of this is because they can scale this up as they learn more things. This is basically them learning the challenges of actually creating titles that are completely and utterly created using ray tracing. So as I said, Eat Your Heart Out Battlefield 5, which obviously uses a traditional rasterization approach, but with ray tracing for lighting. But no, this doesn't do that. It is totally ray traced, essentially. Oh, and by the way, this mod is free, but you'll need either the Quake 2 base game, oh god, or you'll need the Quake 2 demo. So you'll need one of the two to provide the base files because of, well, they don't want to get sued for copyright by distributing its software's full title. So this game, when it was first launched, actually was kind of at a weird time in PC gaming. Because back in the days when this title launched, what we had essentially is a kind of situation where 3D accelerators, I'm very disappointed in myself for missing that, 3D accelerators were not normal in PCs. You had cards such as the Voodoo 2 and Voodoo 3 and blah 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 blah, and what they did is, with the case of say the Voodoo 2, sit alongside your 3D accelerator, and then we started to have cards like the Voodoo 3, the TNT 2s, and other cards which would usually sit alongside, would usually replace your 2D card, and it would generally go inside the AGP slot of your system, although there were PCI versions as well. the Voodoo 2 and other cards up until that point, 3D accelerated cards, were purely sitting inside the PCI slot inside your system. So what we had is this weird situation for quite a while in PC games where titles such as Half-Life, Quake 2, Unreal, that was another good example, were not, they just were not designed with 3D acceleration only. And also, 3D accelerators back then did not do triangular lighting setup, for example. So, well, you had this weirdness where they would improve texture quality, yes, but TNL was still being largely done on the CPU. And NVIDIA eventually, as I said, so back in the day, titles quickly started to really take advantage of 3D cards. And I remember a friend of mine actually came to my house when I very first essentially got a Voodoo 2. And one of the titles I got with it was Half-Life. And we all know the intro of Half-Life when you're on the monorail, and it's like just astounding back in the days to have witnessed that. It honestly was just like revolutionary. I have to say, I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I did not get that in straight away. And yes, that is what she said. Uh-oh. Another problem is because it's RayTraced, sometimes you can see that some of the visuals are a little dark. And by a little dark, I mean extremely dark. So, Quake 2 is, as I said, kind of an interesting case because it was at that cusp of 3D accelerators not normal, but they were kind of like coming into their own. And obviously, 3D accelerators weren't new at the time of Quake 2's launch. We also had the original Quake, which supported it. We also saw the original Tomb Raider, and a lot of other games as well. But Quake 2 was really taking full advantage of it. And Quake 2, for its time, the engine was pretty darn advanced. Not only did it have more complex geometry and graphics than, let's say, the original Quake, although personally speaking, and this is a bit of a controversial statement, I actually preferred the, what's the word, setting, I suppose, of the original Quake. But generally speaking, Quake 2 also was kind of like that point in PC gaming where most people would agree that PC gamers really did require a 3D accelerator card if you wanted to, the best possible visuals out of your system. There we go. No, stop it. So, personally speaking, I have this fondness in my heart for Quake 2. I do. And the game also had a lot of advanced AI, for the time anyway, such as the enemies ducking and kind of doing their best to strafe and avoid you. And it certainly wasn't as impressive as, let's say, you saw in Half-Life with the, I can't remember what they're called now, but the female ninjas, which was just insanity for back in the day. If you remember how well the female ninjas, and actually all of the NPCs actually would behave in the original Half-Life. But Quake 2 was just damn impressive. And so, nope, sorry. And so, visually speaking, this game, I guess, to bring it back to the RayTraced version, this game for me definitely has a lot of pleasant memories. This game for me definitely brings up a lot of thoughts of nostalgia. And it is kind of weird to me that now we're seeing this game fully RayTraced and just, at least in my opinion anyway, looking rather impressive. And this project is pretty darn cool. And if you happen to have a card which this game can support, and you want to check out the project, well, by golly gosh, I would advise you to do just that, because it is incredibly fun. But yeah, This is not an in-depth video or anything super complicated. I just really wanted to show you guys this because I think it's a really cool little project. And yeah, I just figured some of you would get a kick out of it. So, with all of that said, take care of yourselves, and normal stuff if you've enjoyed the video, or you want more technical stuff, because this is kind of not normal for us on the channel. Normally it's more technical than that. Ah! Die! Yeah! How'd you like them? I like them apples, huh? They're kind of lead apples, but, you know, you might like them. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, this is kind of outside the normal coverage of the channel. Normally we've been covering more hardware and technical analysis sort of stuff. But, as I said, I've been reviewing the RTX 2080, and quite frankly, I just could not help myself try this game out. So with all of that said, bye for now.